don't get an awful lot of recovery time, do they?
No. I remember talking to a guy who went and did some training on his own. You know that kind of
Oh, yeah.
and he said, what are you doing? I said, we were doing a session at Andy. I think it was been a while. And I said, crikey, I haven't got much to do with it.
.840, 850, 830 marks. Quite a wide age range on this one. The pacemaker is going through in 67s. 67s that was. Having some Wi-Fi issues. I'll just call out the names. Tommy Shaw, Nick Hill, Luke Betts, Dafford Jones, Frank Morgan, Nick Hooker, James Wignall, Hamish Hickey. Those were not in order. It's looking like quite a competitive race so far. Who sat in behind that? 67 pace. And they were almost bang on that pacemaker. There's some really big PB opportunities tonight. There is no wind. Absolutely clear conditions. Hamish Hickey leading the pack in the yellow vest, with James Wignall at front there. So Harry's athlete. It's just starting to drizzle a little bit. Shouldn't be too effective on the athlete. James Wignall still leading, followed closely by Hamish.
5, 6, 7 is Luke Betts and Blackburn, and then Jake Wilson comes in behind them.
1500 in here, please.
Obviously, this winds up the time through the first case.
James Wignall still leading. Sale Harrier's athlete is season bested at 8:39. He is the fastest in the group. Also with an 8:39 is James Wignall. The two of them leading in this men's 3KD.
Followed by Hamish Hickey and Jake Wilson. But a group of 6 there. Go again, together. So if they're maintaining that 68 pace, they should be around about 4:32.
He's around. It's because the tunnel. I think he said quite a bit of time transmitting. And this tunnel is
Spot on there.
Hamish Hickney just taking the lead there. The under 23 at the front there.
9:05.
James James Wignall.
This is coming down with time at the 2K mark as they go down the back straight. It's still Hamish Hickey, James Wignall, Jake Wilson, Blue Beck. And it looks like Frank Morgan from Carmarthen. Then Tommy Shaw from New York. I think behind this it's Mick Hill, Leeds City. So Jake Wilson going through that point.
Still very closely packed at the front end of this 3K. Approaching the 800 to go. So 900 to go total.
One of their current TV. 2 laps to go as they come down the home straight. Some encouragement. Hamish back at the front now.
Hamish still challenging the lead.
On the shoulder there with Jake Wilson. James Wignall there. And Frank Morgan from Carmarthen. Nick Hill and Tommy Shaw now together.
Thank you too.
And Nick Wilson at the front. 53 to go through. 6 laps, 600 to go. Luke Beck as they come off the bend. Young Jake Wilson.
Jake Wilson still in the lead. Hamish and James closely following.
Looks like it's going to be a real fun.
About to come through the bell.
Hamish back in front. Luke Beck.
Hamish back in front again, challenging that lead.
James Wignall. So that group of 4 is moving away. James is right down the back.
Can they hold this pace for the last 300 metres?
Hill having a great battle with Tommy Shaw here.
This group of 4 highly competitive.
Luke Beck.
Man at the back, the Carmarthen athlete. Challenging. $2.50 to go.
And it's Luke Beck who's through.
Big finish from these 3. Hamish just takes it.
Race to the front there. Nick Hill.
Along with Frank Morgan of Carmarthen, Luke Betts of Blackburn, David Jones of Carmarthen, Joe Connors, Bristol and West, and Will Stockley of Belgrave. So we can see 7 athletes there on your screen, including the pacemaker Jay Ferns. He's been asked to go through in 67 laps. And, well, there's quite a difference in pace in personal bests between these athletes. And 3 of them have broken 9 minutes. And they are Betts, Connors, and Stockley. So maybe an opportunity for those who haven't to be pushed to do so for the first time. So Jay Ferns has gone out there, and that must be the Vale Royal colours in behind. That's Jake Wilson. And then that Carmarthen strip with the predominantly white and the red, yellow and black. Those two athletes in behind. A reminder, they are Frank Morgan and Daffyd Jones. Carmarthen, always very good at promoting our broadcasts and watching along. So, as ever, thank you to them for that. There's now a bit of a Carmarthen sandwich in between there.
So 67 seconds first 400 metres.
67 seconds, I understand, for the first 400 metres. So exactly on target with what was asked of Jay Ferns for this race. Looks like a Blackburn vest now getting in amongst the first few. And that's Luke Betts. So Matt, a rather different story to some of the 3,000 that we've seen so far when one athlete has taken out a big advantage. We've got a queue behind the pacemaker here.
Exactly. This is the ethos of the BMC. This is what, you know, your chair, Tim Brennan, will want to see. Go with the pacemaker. That's what we say. Hang on to that hair for as long as you can. Yeah, he's pulling them around. Let's see what the split is for 800 now. About 212, 213, are we?
Yeah, around that mark. So the two Carmarthen athletes still at the front. Morgan and Jones. Wilson in that front group. Along with 565. That's Joe Connors of Bristol and West in the black. And Jake Wilson as mentioned. So Luke Betts, the senior amongst a group of young men here. So 2:52 on that clock. So we'll wait and see whether there will be some big lifetime bests in this field. And still this group have to wait and see how the race unfolds. It's a game of patience. You know, running together with these athletes. Only you know what's inside your individual tag.
Yeah, they're slowing a little bit,
I
aren't
think
they,
what
Alex?
makes distance
They're
racing
going
so
outside
exciting.
8:30. They're going outside 8:30 at the minute.
So let's see if they can try and get back on that pace. So now at the front it's Jake Wilson of Vale Royal, just sharing that with 564. That's Daffyd Jones, the first of the Carmarthen athletes. He's squeezing around, trying to look for space on the outside, then the inside. We're waiting to see who is going to bounce. Still, these athletes all with the race win up for grabs. And the two Carmarthen athletes involved, Vale Royal, Blackburn and Bristol and West. Well, no one seems to be that bothered, Matt, about the fact that the rain is still coming down. Don't seem to notice it.
Oh. I think it's welcome in a distance race, Alex. So 4 laps in a shade under 440, I think. 68, 69 a lap, I think.
Yeah, so a touch off that 67 lap pace. And it's Daffyd Jones leading the race from Jake Wilson. So Wilson with a lifetime best of 9:28. One of those who's yet to break 9 minutes. And now he steps on the gas finally, just after being on the shoulder of those in front. He leads the race.
Then Luke Betts, then the two Carmarthen athletes. Tis Joe Connors there in 5th place, just trying to keep in touch.
So Blackburn man in 2nd place then. That's Luke Betts. He's an 8:20 athlete. So you just wonder whether someone like Luke Betts might choose a moment which to push on in these sort of conditions, Matt, or whether he'll just sit behind.
Exactly. I mean, I think he's certainly got the aerobic capacity. We've mentioned that before. Say 14:19 5K man, well capable of pushing on. So that, let's see what these last 600 or 700 meters hold. Really, I expect him to go at some point. Yes.
Well, you can see there that one of the leading packers dropped off completely. That's Joe Connors. Frank Morgan is battling to try and stay with this group. So really, it's the three in contention at this stage. 6.5 minutes of running so far. Just the one Carmarthen athlete now. Jones, Betts and Wilson out front. So now, almost a game of poker, really. Who's going to choose that moment, find the right trigger to move on? How's this one going to unfold? Well, we see so often at the British Mileage Club around 40% lifetime bests across all meetings. A number of athletes have added to that tally so far this evening. Will the theme continue? So here comes Luke Betts now. We mentioned that he has the quality to push on. Last 400 metres. And maybe Wilson a bit caught up now. We wonder whether he can live with his pace. I wonder, Matt, whether Luke Betts has now chosen his moment.
I think Betts is a winder. He's going to wind this up, isn't he? We're going to see a wind rather than an out-and-out kick.
Well, it's certainly giving Wilson a sniff that he's still in contention. So Blackburn from Vale Royal from Carmarthen. Be interesting to see what the gap is to fourth place, but they were reasonably well clear. And now the second of those two Carmarthen athletes is struggling to hang on somewhat. Wilson has been incredibly brave, the under-17 athlete. But the strategy from Luke Betts, as you say, just winding up through this last 400 metres and making sure he has enough to come through. Wilson really battling now. He's found a good final gear. But Luke Betts coming to the line. 8:44. I think the huge story, though, is Wilson.